Hi, very good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to the live trading webinar with myself, Giles Cochran. Folks, going to get stuck into the session. Here we go. No major data out today. We've had the Philly Fed business data, not massively influential. Markets looking through it. Sentiment is positive on the news that Donald Trump has offered Iran a 2-week window to monitor their negotiations before deciding on military action. So they've got 2 weeks. Equity markets just rallying higher on that positive sentiment. You can see here US equity futures all going higher, and we've got Euro Stoxx, DAX, China 50, FTSE 100 volatility lower. So it's fine. Other sort of positive sentiment has been Waller, who's just come out and said that the Fed is in position as early as July for rate cuts. Now, if you take a look at the probabilities, it's seen as a hold for July. So Waller saying let's cut, that is supporting equity markets higher. Now, I tried a little long on that data and I wanted to see these buyers trap those sellers on the 15, didn't get it, so just left it and took it out of break even. Just wasn't moving as convincingly and quickly as I wanted. But I'm very happy to buy into this. And I've got these sellers trapped here. So with this being a value area, I'm happy to buy off the 60.45. So move down to 60.45. I've got stops underneath the VWAP and happy to get into it. Should we move back down here, 60.45, and looking to move higher. You've got sellers trapped there. Look at the delta overnight, it's positive. Look at those sellers, they trapped the buyers, and those sellers that got trapped buyers themselves. You got the weekly point of control just there, the 60.40. So lovely, no reason not to expect further upside as things currently stand. Of course, we're headline driven, so we've got to be aware of that. Then what I'm looking for from here, drop back at the open, buying around that standard deviation area. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm very happy to do that. 60.45, 60.34, so a 9-point stop. That's fine.
Just with regards to the latest attack by Iran, Israeli military says that citizens can leave protected areas, signaling threat over.
And you can see cumulative delta ripping higher. Those sellers got trapped. This becomes a huge buy area. Standard deviation, an ideal buy area. So looking at potential further upside as well, you can see we've got a potential run up to that 60.75. Now looking at applied volatility for today, the upper bound is 60.59. Hey Konstantinos, very good to see you. Sentiment is positive. We're ripping higher on the fact that Donald Trump's given a 2-week pause to Iran to work out negotiations, and Fed's Waller has just come out and said that a July rate cut would be on the cards for the Fed. And that pushes back against some of the pricing, which you can see here. In short-term interest rate marks see a hold. Waller says we're happy to cut, and that's lifting sentiment. The areas to look for standard deviation, 60.59. So we're approaching that breakthrough, that 60.59, then we can see further continuation and upside. So I quite like this. You've got those buyers trapped there. So any move down here, you should find dip buyers. So I'm looking for dip buyers at the open, happy to get in at 60.45.75, just where those sellers are trapped there. So that's what I'm looking at. Hope you're doing well, Konstantinos. Hope things are going well for you over in Greece. And I think that is it for the moment. There's no major data coming out today. It's all quiet. I've got Fed's Waller. Just see what other Fed speakers we got. Might have a bit of chatter. Fed didn't really know what to do after the last meeting. You can't blame them. Just see if we've got any Fed speakers. I've got no one on my calendar here. All right, folks, I'm going to go and put another position in at the 60.45 on another account. So 60.45 to 60.34, 45, 35, 34. So that's 12 points. Just going to make sure I've got my risk right. So 12 points. Okay, folks, just notice here, we've hit that standard deviation at 60.59. A very important implied volatility level, which is the upper bound, 60.59. We have just hit that, and we are seeing a pullback initially from it. If we get a breakout and continuation, that will be worth looking for. You can see on the hourly chart, delta is pushing higher, we're reaching higher. Those sellers here trapped on the hourly chart, continuing to push up. Any dips down at the start of the session, I'm looking to buy in 60.45, and sentiment is positive. 2 bits of news. Donald Trump's given Iran 2 weeks notice to get involved in negotiations, and they seem to have taken him up on it by Iran has said, let me just check the headline. Senior Iranian official says Iran is ready to discuss limitations on its uranium enrichment. Everything's sort of rallying higher on that. And then we've had Fed's Waller, who's come out and said a July rate cut is basically on the cards for the Fed. So risk is on. So it's just a question of how to get in to it. Okay. Okay, we're now pushing out through that 60.59 area. Now, I do like this, and I think, I think I just want to go with this momentum. So what I'm going to do is, if we get a pullback here at the open, I'm going to enter stops just underneath the 60.49. Because we're pushing through that standard deviation. This very much looks like a breakout. So we're coming up to the open, a couple of minutes, just going to make squawks on. Okay, here we are, we're coming into the open now. So I'm looking to enter at the 60.60 if I get there. Looking to get into this on the open, which should be just 1 point above. Here we go. Okay, I'm in just on the open. I'm going to buy that dip. Looking for this to keep. Okay, expecting dip buys there.
Just a heads up, following the Iranian foreign minister remarks, he does arrive at the Geneva venue for talks with the European counterparts. Just making you aware, Russian President Putin is currently speaking and says that Russia will remove obstacles in trade with their partners.
Okay, now we're moving back up to this value area, see if we can get back into it. Let's get back up there. Okay, take one position off. I'll take that off, just leave that there. Exit and flatten those. Now let's see if we get another little, would expect a little move back up to test these highs. Let's see what we do. Maybe we want a little bit of a further pull, but that 59 is that standard deviation. So got to be careful we don't get a rejection of that level, which is always possible. Okay. Okay, so taking a couple of longs off the table as we moved up there. That's fine. We kind of hit that value area again. With that 60.59, that's that big standard deviation. Now, we've tested it. We've moved above it. Now we've moved back underneath it. And you can see that the delta is now going negative on the session. So looking for a pullback, but we need to find just some way to reasonably get into this.